Is being an entrepreneur more stressful than you thought it would be? Does running a business on a day-to-day basis, whether you're a startup or you've already been running a company for years, does it overwhelm you? Is it more stressful and is it overloading? Do you have to step out and kind of get your bearings? Is it less fun and enjoyable than you really wanted it to be when you started? And you get bogged down and kind of in a groggy place where you know you have to just keep doing it. Well, I'm about to give you a formula for turning your entire entrepreneurial journey into a more enjoyable one. This is a proven, time-tested, absolutely behaviorally modeled set of distinctions for transforming your journey as an entrepreneur and business owner forever, transforming it into something that is beyond what you could probably even imagine if you're struggling with your business. So let's get started. It is essential that you take some main initiative or goal in your business, something that's important, and link pleasure to some part of doing it. This literally put one of my businesses on the map and made it successful. Years ago, I was told that anybody who's anybody has a website. And I was kind of let down to hear this because I didn't have one. This is a long time ago. But I realized I had to have one. So at the time, I was kind of bootstrapping a business. And I decided, okay, I'm going to learn websites. At least I'll be able to build something. Wasn't very good technically, and I started to do it. And it turned out to just be so frustrating and so difficult. I had the software. It was just so hard. And I tried and tried and tried. And I just came this close to giving up. And then I did something that I'm going to encourage you to do on an initiative or a skill that you've decided you really need to nail for your business and for your entrepreneurial journey. I decided to see, before I gave it up completely, I decided to see if I could find something about building websites that I enjoyed. So I kind of kept doing it a little bit, but this time I was stepping back. So, well, which part of this do I actually like? Is there any part of it at all? And it turned out there was one part, really only one. And it was really doing the keywords and building them into pages. So I decided to just focus on that. So there were multiple things to do in building websites, but I was just going to focus on this one part. Before I knew it, I was staying up into the night. I had over a dozen websites. They weren't finished, but I had built the structure of them because I loved doing it. But here's the secret. By doing this, I linked pleasure to the doing of the thing. This is it. In the book Mastery, George Leonard covers 5 keys to becoming extremely masterful. It's one of my top 5 most favorite books in the world. One of them is that masters essentially love practicing. But one of the subtleties he only hints toward that I want to make really clear to you is in order to do that, you must link physical pleasure, physical sensation, pleasurable, to the doing of something. So I actually had an emotional and physical pleasurable feeling to doing this part of the website, actually typing the keys and doing it. The other parts I didn't enjoy. Well, what happens is when you do that, pleasure gets linked to an activity that you maybe didn't enjoy before. This is transformational. I actually started enjoying doing the websites. Later, after I had about a dozen or so sites that were not finished, I didn't know how to build the copy and the words. This was way before AI. But I found a way to get the copy, the words on the pages, made, and I started uploading the websites. Now check this out. Companies doing hundreds of millions and billions a year in sales started calling me. I remember getting a call from an event planner in Hawaii. I'll always remember this. She said, "Would you build our website?" I said, "Who are you?" She said, "Well, we're an event planning company in Hawaii." I said, "Well, I don't really build websites. Why are you asking me?" She said, "Well, we looked up event planning in Hawaii and you're number one." And I said, well, I'm sorry I don't build the websites. Thanks anyway. And I looked up on, at that time, Dreamweaver. And months before, I had made a page just experimenting on event planning in Hawaii. And I was #1 on Google. So, here I was able to astonish myself with what I could do. But notice, and I'm suggesting you'll be able to do the same thing. I'm kind of hinting at that. You can't judge what you're capable of doing if you do this. I want to reiterate that. Essentially, here's what I'm suggesting. Take something that you might even be struggling with in your business, some initiative, some skill. Maybe it's lead generation or some form of marketing or branding, or maybe it's conversion or manufacturing, whatever it is in your specific business and industry. Make sure you name that thing that you're struggling with, and then find one part of it that you can enjoy and really look to find that thing, and then take it to the max. Keep doing that thing and link lots of pleasure to it. What'll happen is you start to link pleasure to the doing of that thing. Well, for me, this was a game changer because it put my entire seminar company on the map. And these big companies were calling, were my web pages very good? No, still pretty bad at the graphics. Years later, I still occasionally love to get in and build a website, but now I have a more extensive team and more resources, and so I don't really have to do that. And I've had multiple sites built by outside vendors and webmasters and so on. But the point is, it's linking the pleasure to the actual doing of the thing, and one aspect of it is all you need. Go ahead and apply this, experiment with it. I'd love to hear your comments because truly, the word game changer doesn't come close. Think about my example. I wouldn't have imagined that companies that big and that successful would start calling me and the phone would be ringing. But it all came about because instead of turning away from something that was unpleasant, I gave it one more swing and I searched for one part of it that I would actually enjoy, and then I amplified that. And that's what I'm recommending you do. After you have linked pleasure to one aspect of your business or one project or one skill, I recommend that you actually generalize this pattern. This is a quantum leap pattern. And the way to do it is then take another initiative or another skill and do the same thing. So repeat what I just mentioned in this first kind of step, which is look for one part of it, break it down into parts, look for one part that you could enjoy, and then really work on linking pleasure to it. Once you've linked this to a few initiatives, your entire day will change, and things that you used to not enjoy, you will enjoy. I remember staying up till 4 in the morning when my business was in Vegas. I would literally start at 6 in the evening because it was so hot during the summers, and I changed my circadian rhythms, and I would stay up till 4 in the morning building websites and just lose track of time. I didn't mention that eventually I had 50 websites for my speakers bureau, 30 more. I had something like 85 websites at one point, and the calls were just rolling in. Well, long story short, do this with one thing and then generalize it. Now, there's one other key tip I want to give you. Once you've done this, the next real key is to make leverage a project, a big key priority project. Leverage means getting things done through people, systems, and technology. And so look at automating your systems, identifying the growth and scaling opportunities. Make leverage and growth, make it an ongoing top priority, and make outsourcing, delegating key. One key to help you do this is to ask different questions. Don't ask, what can I do? Typically, when we start our businesses, we do a lot of things to get it off the ground. Start asking, who could do this for me? Start assuming you can find the money. It's an important presupposition. I'll find the resources to pay someone. Maybe you can outsource it. There are lots of sources online, from Fiverr to Upwork to, dozens of them. There are overseas contractors, local. Assume you can find the resources. Who do I need? Who can do this? What? Instead of how, what? What piece of technology could automate this? Go to ChatGPT, search for how could I automate this? What technology could do this for me? Start comparing platforms. But the secret here is that once you've linked pleasure to some things that really only you can do in your business, so it's smart to enjoy doing them, then delegate all the rest, leverage and delegate. I'll have separate videos on all of these things, including my world-class delegating pattern that I modeled from a senior executive at the Jet Propulsion Lab. It is one of the best there is. And it's going to be in a video, and I'll tell you more about it and show you some of the insights. But for now, remember, link pleasure to some key things in the way I've described, and then make it a priority to delegate, leverage, automate. Get obsessed with that, because then you're doing the parts that you love and delegating all the rest. It's one of the reasons I always say, work on yourself first, quantum leap yourself first, then grow and scale your business. So I almost made it my logo, but there you go. Thanks for watching. Hey, I want to inspire you and encourage you to grab some of the resources. I'm going to drop some links down below. The first is the new scaling mindset. It's the 5 mindset shifts that act as super catalysts for growing and scaling your business. I also have a program called the Workflow Optimizer. I've literally taken scaling a business and broken it down into some of the singular skills, and I put them into little micro courses, so you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to sign up for a big high-ticket coaching program. You don't have to build an operating system. All you have to do is build these skills a little bit, one at a time. They have a money-back guarantee, 30 days. If you don't get results, let us know. We'll give you your money back. The first one is all about optimizing the workflows in your business. And the other one is even more amazing. I take the mindset shifts to the next level. And then I added the actual fundamental skill for scaling of being able to identify the finest opportunities for scalable growth that exists on the playing field and the board right now for you and your company. Think about having these 2 skills. So, it's unique. I think growing and scaling can be really overwhelming, and what I've done is break it down into bite-sized chunks. You can focus on it. You could probably do this first micro course in a week, the second one maybe 2 to 3 weeks, and you have 2 of the most important core skills for scaling a business, and it's just that simple. So check out the links below and enjoy.